Good evening, everyone. So we are live and double streaming tonight. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we are double streaming on TikTok and we are double streaming on YouTube. All these videos will be uploaded to YouTube, guys. So if you miss it, if you come to the beginning and not the end, if you come to the end and not the beginning, all these videos will be uploaded to YouTube. Guys, listen. Some crazy, disturbing things happening in the United Kingdom right now. I am going to be focusing on this, and we're going to be revisiting a few things that we've said previously. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to get these messages out, guys, okay? And I want people to understand what to do if they find themselves in certain situations. So I am going to cover this, basically what to do, the run, hide, fight. I'm going to cover that today, but then I'm going to cover it a little bit more in detail on the YouTube channel because, guys, listen, some of the videos, I'm getting my videos, well, for those of you guys who watch the YouTube, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, guys. But listen, all sorts of bonkersness happening today in the United Kingdom. Right, guys, listen, without further ado, I am literally just going to start this. Where are we? Right, so this is from an article from, where are we? Patrick Christie, right? So Patrick Christie, the GB News commentator, he dropped a video earlier on today, and he's talking about boat migrants and certain items they're bringing over with them, these boat migrants. Now, before I get into this, guys, like, I've been warning you guys that this may or may have been happening for over a year. Now, let me just tell you guys what I said before, and I've got no inside information on this, absolutely zero. All I'm thinking is, right, those people are coming over on boats. I'm just going to ask you guys a few questions. Are waterproof bags waterproof? I would speculate they are. I would speculate. Do you know what? I wouldn't even speculate. I know with 100% certainty that you can go to, like, I was there the other day. You can go outdoors and you can buy a waterproof bag for like 15 to 30 quid, different sizes. And inside those waterproof bags, you can keep things dry and clean. So guys, listen, is it beyond the realms of possibility to say that the people that are coming over on the boat could fill waterproof bags with whatever they wanted, have that dangling at the side of the boat? If the RNLI come out, they let that go and it sinks down to the bottom, or if the RNLI don't come out, they just get that stuff and they've got it in the United Kingdom. Is that beyond the realms of possibility to suggest that, guys? Is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just going down some deep dark paths in the internet. So what I'm going to play for you guys next. What I'm going to play for you guys next. I do speak English sometimes. What I'm going to play for you guys next is a news article from Patrick Christie. All right. I am going to stop this and debunk some of the stuff that he's saying. I mean, it's technical stuff, but do you know what? I'm not. I'm just going to let it play. I may stop it. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to stop it. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I'm going to let this video play now, guys. Listen. Now, this is a video that is out on mainstream media in the United Kingdom, okay, guys? I'm just going to listen to the audio. We're going to listen to the audio. We're going to listen to it together. I think I am going to stop it, actually, at various points.
That they need to see this, and I think that you deserve to know the truth. I received this video from a human trafficker.
So just for context, guys, look, I'm playing everybody a video that was released by GB News. Now, again, you've got to understand, guys, all right? This is on the mainstream media right now, so nobody can complain that I'm letting you guys show this video.
That gun appears to be an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle specific.
First of all, it's not, but that's just me being pedantic. Remember, guys, this is on mainstream media now.
I think it looks a lot like this gun. It's a Hatsan Escort tactical shotgun, and if you look as well, it appears on that casing that you'll see behind the weapon there, it appears to have the word Escort written on it. Now, AR-15s are commonly used in American mass shootings, and the Washington Post says that AR-15 fires bullets at such a high velocity, often in a barrage of 30 or even 100 in rapid succession, that it can eviscerate multiple.
Right, so just again, guys, look, I am being pedantic here, and I am being like, what he's saying is it's didactically incorrect. But the remember, this is mainstream media now, guys. Okay, and look, hats off to Patrick Christie. Hats off to Patrick Christie. He's clearly not an expert in this field. You know, I would consider myself an expert in this field. But what he's saying, it's didactically wrong in the context that he's getting some of the things mixed up. But the premise, the tone, and what he's actually worried about is 100% right.
People in seconds. The smugglers' TikTok page shows.
TikTok! The smugglers are showing this sort of stuff on TikTok, guys, all right? And for those, sorry, guys, and for those of you who was on the live stream earlier, I got a video banned. I played that video to you guys on YouTube. And I don't know, guys, was that video worth getting banned? And then people like, it's just bonkers, guys. It's bonkers. It's honestly. But then when you take a step back and you look at who's orchestrating all this movement, you understand why it's happening.
With people coming across in the back of lorries.
So these people smugglers, guys, I didn't realize that these people smugglers are advertising on TikTok. And their videos are not getting taken down. But if I mention certain words that are true, video blocked, video violated, nobody sees it, and my account gets a shadow ban. Who knows?
It also shows him bringing people over in boats.
Like I said, guys, it would cost me 1.6 million a year, and I think I worked out I would be able to apprehend 300 and I can't remember what we said. I think we said 315 people smugglers per year, and that would cost me 1.6 million.
Yeah, that is, for the record, by the way, another lorry, but there are boat clips on his TikTok as well. And I know that he has been organising crossings from this precise location.
You see what I'm talking about here, guys? This is so blatant now. It's so blatant. It's like there's no fear. Like, you know, you can trace these IP addresses. Like, if they're transmitting on the internet, like, contextualize this, guys, okay? Lucy Conley did a post on Facebook. She was in prison for 2 years, 7 months. We have got literal people smugglers now advertising online and nothing. Niente spasiba. Niente. Niet. It's absolutely unbelievable, guys, okay?
In the last few days. So I have had confirmation that he is organising boat crossings from that exact location, okay? What is there to stop him bringing that across the channel?
So when he's saying that, he's showing the picture of the thing that they were talking about earlier.
That semi-automatic rifle. Or arming other illegal migrants with it. Now, we have handed...
So there's only 10 seconds left.
Yet again, all our information and evidence to the authorities. And I'm begging them, please act on it.
Give me 1.6 million and I will close those gangs down, guys. I'll do it in a year. I will do that in a year. I will close those gangs down in a year, guys, for 1.6 million. That's all it'll cost. That's all it will cost me. 1.6 million per year. And I would pretty much speculate that those gangs will be closed down within 1 year. But anyway, guys, let me jump up and get some comments. Oh, Richard Hodgson, Raven, what do you think of 45,000 migrants vanishing? Let me pin this. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, if you're watching on TikTok or wherever, the question is, what do you think of 45,000 migrants vanishing? I don't know where that number's from, but I do know in a recent study I think it was 1/3 of all migrants that are living in hotels vanish. They vanish. So where do they go? They've got no ID, so they don't realistically have they don't have the right to work in the United Kingdom. They can't do anything in the United Kingdom. So I would speculate a lot of these people have got into the black economy. And listen, Richard. So I was working on something before. I don't know if you guys have, I've been really busy this week. One of the things I'm working on, guys, listen, just bear with me a minute, because this is going to happen. You know how I give wild predictions, guys? You know how I give wild predictions? And then at first, everybody's like, oh, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. That'll never happen, Sean. But and then as time goes on, people are like, yeah, that could actually happen. That could actually happen. And then it happens. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Mark this video. Do whatever you need to do it. But adverse possession, all right? Adverse possession. So adverse possession in the United Kingdom is a law whereby if you've been living on a piece of land in a property for 10 years, or if your fence has been on your neighbour's garden, which is what we're dealing with at the moment, for over 10 years, that becomes yours. That becomes yours, guys. It does. So I'm speculating, and do you know what? I have to be careful with my words. So I'm speculating, it's my opinion, that at some point very soon, we're going to see the first adverse law challenges pushed through the government, whereby migrants who've been living in woodland for 10 years just claim that woodland. It's just theirs now. It's just theirs. Like, yeah. Got myself some free woodland, and then the houses will be built. It's just going to go bonkers, guys. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, that will happen. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to mention it again. Mark my words, guys, okay? Adverse possession. It will happen, ladies and gentlemen. Mark my words. Right, let me jump up and get these comments. Right, guys, listen. I've got the chat open, so the comments are crazy bonkers at the moment. The comments are absolutely crazy bonkers. So I do apologise. So I'm just going to jump down and get the most get the most recent, guys. I do apologise. Enlightened and Awakened Soul. What a fantastic name. So Enlightened and Awakened Soul is saying something is coming to the UK. Sleepers are in waiting to be activated. They want to roll out CBDC chaos, so central bank digital currency. Listen, guys, okay, on the outside, like central banks, do you know what? I have to be very right. Okay, when I'm talking about that thing there, what I'm going to talk about is, I need to use a code word. I'm going to use the word, you know what, I'm just going to use cryptocurrency. I'm just going to use cryptocurrency, okay? Once you roll out cryptocurrency, or a Bitcoin, or the crypto pound, or something like that, and that is then on an app on your phone, it'll start brilliantly, guys. It will start brilliant. It will be fantastic. You know, the media will be showing people, oh, it's fantastic. I'm able to, I've got no anxiety. I don't need to worry about my bills. I don't need to worry about paying this, paying that. I can go and I can spend my money. And then all the pundits will be saying, oh, it's fantastic. The economy's grown because people are spending money now, and they're doing this, and they're employing, and they're going to the pub, they're eating out to help out, and all this will be true until something happens. And I don't know, maybe something happens in the world, and we all have to go and have a special drink of pop. I'm using code words here, guys, right? Maybe we all have to have this special drink of water that everybody's being told that, like, it might be a bit dodgy and it might taste funny, but we've all got to have a drink of this bottle of water. No, it's safe and effective, this water. And we're all like, really, you sure? Because I'm seeing a lot of things happen to those. No, just drink it or you'll get your money stopped. I know I shouldn't, but you see where we're going with this, guys? You see where we're going? But anyway, right, let me jump down and get these comments. I am going to jump down again, guys. I'm going to jump down. Right, I am hotter right now, ladies and gentlemen. I am hotter than an Iranian bunker. Let me just open the door, guys. Let me open the door. It's really hot in here. And yes, I am fasting again, ladies and gentlemen. I am fasting. The last meal I ate was like tea last night, and the next meal I'm going to have is like tomorrow, like breakfast, or probably like just after breakfast tomorrow. Guys, let me open the door, guys. Give me a second. Oh, that's better. That is better. That is better, ladies and gentlemen. We are more civilized now. We've got the door open. We've got the door open. Kevin said, I'm just eating raspberry flavored Jaffa cakes. Oh. Ben Blue is saying, is it true you've turned to Islam? Right, guys, there are a lot of health benefits with fasting, okay? Let me just put this out there for everyone, all right? So I know a lot of people, have Ramadan and they fast during Ramadan, and that is absolutely fine, guys, all right? Let me let you in for a little secret. If you have a massive breakfast, all right, nom, 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 burger, sausage roll. Like, you know where I'm going, guys, all right? If you have a massive breakfast, all right, miss lunch, and then have a massive dinner, nom, 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 when the sun goes down, that ain't fasting. Just going to put it out there, guys. I don't want to be controversial. That is not a fast, all right? Fast has to be 24 hours minimum. So if you so like for me, for example, most Fridays I do generally try and fast. Thursday evening, like that will be the last thing I eat. Saturday morning, the first thing I eat on Saturday morning, that will be the first thing I eat, guys. Listen, I'm not throwing discredit to anyone. There's a lot of health benefits with fasting. But yeah, if you pretend to fast by just having a massive breakfast before the sun comes up and then having a massive dinner after the sun's gone down, that ain't fasting. That's just it's literally like missing lunch, what I used to do every day of my life when I was in the army. Enlightened Soul is saying, what have you stockpiled? What have you stockpiled? Sandy, can you drink water when you're fasting? I drink water when listen, guys, maybe I'm not doing a proper fast. Yes, I drink water when I'm fasting, and yes, I drink coffee when I'm fasting. So black coffee. Right, here's a good one. Seb Prime. Let me put this up. So Seb Prime is saying, what's your thoughts on a dirty bomb? So So everybody talks about nuclear bombs, and can Iran get nuclear weapons and yada, yada, yada. I've said this a few times. It kind of doesn't matter because they've got nuclear waste. And what a dirty bomb is, just for you guys, what a dirty bomb is you just get a load of nuclear waste, pack it into an explosive package, and then kaboom, you've got radiation, you've got dirty, radiated stuff. It's not a good thing. And I've said this quite a few times, right? Everybody thinks about the mushroom cloud and the catastrophe, but a dirty bomb is bad enough in itself. So yeah, I do think there is a real threat with dirty bombs, guys. I do, and dirty bombs as well. They're not as technical. Dirty bombs are not. Lulu is saying, why have you got your jumper on? ? I've got my jumper on because I've got a thing for purple jumpers, Lulu. I can't help myself. I love a good purple jumper. Honestly, I've probably got I've got more than a healthy amount of purple jumpers. Yeah, guys, listen, I'm looking around have I got a t-shirt? Yeah, there's no t-shirts in here, guys. I'm just going to have to roll with it with my purple jumper on. Speaking of roll with it, we are moving ever closer to the Oasis concert, guys. Listen, I was thinking about it some more. There's not a chance that's going to go without incident. Let me jump down. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, all right? I know the chat's open. The chat's going bonkers right now. There's loads of messages. I'm apologizing that I can't get everyone's comments, guys. I just really can't. Car Lover is saying, should we start filling water bottles now? I'm going to pin that comment, and then I'm going to jump over to something that's happened today, guys. Right. So in Kidderminster today, guys, and this is on the mainstream media. I'm just going to read this. I've not actually read I've just got the headline and I've not read the actual article. So the question is, should we start filling water bottles now? I'm just going to read you this from a couple of hours ago in Kidderminster. Enormous area of Kidderminster underwater. An enormous area of Kidderminster is underwater due to a burst water pipe. Does that sound like things I've been warning about on this channel or not? I don't know. The water company said Green Street had been hit by an extremely large amount of flooding. They added, our teams are heading to the site as a priority. Oh, well, that's a good thing. They're heading there as a priority and we'll be on site as soon as possible to begin investigations and repairs. Interesting, guys. Investigations. They're going to be reporting investigations. I am going to keep an eye on this one because Kidderminster is, as I understand it, I'm not going to talk about Kidderminster anymore, but it's interesting that they're sending investigation teams there. Now, again, guys, look, I've been talking about the water system in the United Kingdom and DeWalt drills. I'm just going to leave it there. Drone shots taken at the scene showed Green Street, including Weir Forest, district council offices being underwater. So there you've got the council officers and that whole area now underwater. It comes after Severn Trent alerted customers earlier in the day that those with a certain postcode were experiencing no supply. So there we have it, guys. Look, in Kidderminster right now in Kidderminster, we've got people without water. Now, I don't know why this is. It could just be a burst pipe, guys. It could be a burst pipe that burst because of uninvestment. You know, those people, those shareholders saying, right, John, there's a pipe in Kidderminster. It's really old. Should we replace it? And then John saying, well, will we get any more money for replacing it? And him saying, no. We'll still get the same money, but you know, it won't burst. And then John saying, well, if it bursts, is it going to cost the same to replace it? Yeah, it'll be the exact same pipe, you know, and we'll replace it. And then him saying, so why are we going to replace it again? And then the guy saying, well, so the people in Kidderminster are not without water. And then John says, so it's not going to cost us so we're not going to get any extra money back from it. And it's going to cost us money. Yes. We'll put that one to the committee. And then that just gets put in file 13 and shredded. So that is what I believe, my speculation, are hypothetical conversations that may or may not be happening in the water companies. But guys, look, you know, we're talking about stockpiling water. I think people should, stop. Look, guys, just work on 3 litres of water per person per day, guys, all right? It's going to happen pretty much like I believe. Look, it's already happening in Kidderminster. It's already happening in Kidderminster there, guys, you know. An enormous area of Kidderminster is underwater due to a burst pipe. Now, we can speculate why that is, but those people in Kidderminster right now are without water. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining for the first time right now, we are focusing on a critical warning to the United Kingdom. Now, this critical warning comes from Patrick Christie on GB News. He's warning, he did a video earlier on, guys, okay? Patrick Christie put a video out earlier on about migrants and some of the things that they are allegedly bringing into the United Kingdom. Of course, you know, these things, and guys, listen to the scam. Listen to the scam, guys. Listen to this scam, right? Just listen to this as a scam. You're in your boat. You're going over to the United Kingdom with your bag of contraband. You've got it on a little like release knot. You're motoring along. You're doing your motoring. Everybody's doing selfies, and you know they've got the music playing, and they're all Yeah, what hotel we gonna get? I don't know. I'm hoping for a 5-star. What about you? Oh, anything near a wood so I can run off and escape and apply for adverse possession. Yeah, that's good. What about you? Oh, I want to get in London. I want to get in the West End of London. What about you? Oh, but Bradford's nice this time of year. What's that Jet 2 after? Jet 2 holidays can offer it. It's literally like that, guys. Right? So they're coming over. They're coming over on the boats, and they've got like. Look, I don't know if this is happening. I can only speculate, guys. All right, I just understand that all right, if smuggling if gangs are doing things illegal, then by definition they break the law, and I'm going to assume that's for money. So why wouldn't you bring a little package in waterproof bags, sellotaped up, real tight, that thing's sellotaped up, in waterproof bags, dangling off the side of your boat. If the RNLI come out and intercept you, you go, shocks, guys, shockers, McShockers. We're just going to have to, I'm going to have to pull that knot and it sinks down. Who's gonna find that? Realistically, guys, who's gonna find that? No one. Then they come in. Oh, we're peaceful. We're peaceful. Inshallah. Anyway, guys. Right. I'm just gonna jump over to YouTube, guys. I'm gonna jump over to some comments on YouTube. Right. Loads of comments on YouTube. You guys, fantastic comments on YouTube. You guys have really been, guys. Honestly, some fantastic comments on YouTube. Right. Matt 100, I'm just saying Matt 100 there. He's saying, I see you have your water bottles ready. 10 5-litre bottles in black bags. Monocrop is saying, hello. Matt saying, I tried watching TikTok, but it seems like it's taking a while to load up. Matt, again, he's saying, I tried fasting, but start sweating and get a little shakes. Is that normal? I don't know, Matt. Maybe it's normal for you. Look, guys, listen, about the fasting thing, all right? I try and do it every Friday as much as I can. I can't always do it every Friday. You're out with the kids. I mean, like, they've left the chicken nuggets. I'm like, right, I've literally just paid for those chicken nuggets, and they're getting eaten. But yeah, so I do try and fast every Friday, guys, if I can. Monocrop is saying, I went down to Asda today, almost all water gone. Managed to get 2 of the last cases, but it's heading down later the weekend to see if they get some of the 5-litre water bottles. Yeah, I'd always go for the 5-litre bottles, guys. They're a lot easier to use, and with the 5-litre bottles, you don't keep slippery sneaking into them. Like we've got some of these bottles, like quite a few of these bottles actually. What are these? Are these 200 or 500? So these are like 500 ml bottles, and I just keep slippery taking these out of the fridge. With the 5-litre bottles, which would be like 10 of these, I guess. You kind of don't touch them. You do kind of stick them away because it's a bit of a faff doing that with a 5-litre bottle. But hang on. But any water is better than no water. Right. What have I just gone down? What have I just done? Right. Leslie Lowe is saying, thoughts on the destruction of the military factory in Belgium by Palestine protesters, Sean. So, guys, look. So many times have I warned about this. Like, okay. Remember, we're still streaming on TikTok, guys. Okay, we are still streaming on TikTok. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this as non-controversial as I can. In fact, guys, we are on, and I've not said it already. Listen, guys, we are on already. If you've not done so already, can you hit the follow button? Can you hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell notification? Whatever buttons, whether you're watching like down there or up there, I don't even know anymore, guys. Just like press the buttons that help me out, guys. Give me a hand and press those buttons that help me out, because I appreciate each and every one of your fantastic fingers that press that beautiful follow, like, subscribe, bell notification. I even enjoy the ones that comment as well. Even the trolls, guys, even the trolls, I enjoy listening to the trolls. Look, guys, if you're going to troll me on TikTok, if you're going to troll me anywhere, please articulate that troll so I know what it says when I read it. Because people that come up and say, noted, blah 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 blah. And they're like, right, mate, I don't know what that means. Like, I mean, some of the people who troll me, guys, not all of you, because some of the trolls are fantastic, really they are. But some of the trolls, I struggle to see how they've passed GCSE English, and that's not a bad thing. Maybe English is not their first language, but you know, it's just a little bit confusing. Anyway, so. Consider this, guys, all right? So the question is from Leslie Lowe, thoughts on, I've just waffled again, thoughts on the destruction of military factory in Belgium by Palestine protesters today, Sean. So Belgium, I don't know if you guys know or not, but Belgium is home to like all good ammunition is made in Belgium, guys. It is. There's like, that's where it's made. It's just the way it is. Like microchips are made in Taiwan. You know, whiskey, like good whiskey is made in Scotland. Like good munitions are made in Belgium, guys. Right? That's just the way it goes. If you're a bad guy, right? If you're a bad guy and you want to destroy, let's just say, like total hypothetical now, guys, right? This is for entertainment purposes, right? If you're a bad guy or a perceived bad guy, again, somebody's bad guy is somebody's good guy. If you're a guy that may be bad to another person, and you want to stop a munitions factory from making those munitions, there's a few ways you can do it. You can send your most expensive, your most powerful, you know, ballistic, you know, you can send stealth bombers over. You can send B-2 stealth bombers over, and they can drop the most expensive munitions in the world, and, you know, it's fantastic, and which, you know, that operation was fantastic. Or you can just send a load of protesters. Send a load of protesters there. Get them ramped up. Give them some money. Tell them they're doing a good thing. And you see where we're going, guys, this new phase of warfare. It's not asymmetric warfare. It's not grey warfare. It's not, you know, it's a new phase of warfare. And as we move forward in time, we'll look back at this, like military pundits, maybe even me, you know, we'll look back at this and we will say, this was, I don't know. There'll be a name for it, basically. There'll be a name for it. But yeah, so that's my thoughts of it, guys. You know, I would say it is near peer adversaries. Hang on, guys. I would say it's near peer adversaries doing this, and it is a sign of things to come, guys. Okay, so these munitions factories, protests by them, and Jeremy Corbyn. I love Jeremy Corbyn, guys. Jeremy Corbyn, what a fantastic guy, right? So here's the guy, right? He's there. He went into Glastonbury today. I think it was today. So just bear with me, guys. Bear with me, right? So you've got all these people waving flags for unity and one world and peace and love, and you know they've all got the Palestine flags, and it's fantastic. And then Jeremy Corbyn's up there in Glastonbury. Why don't they just open the gates and have a free borders in Glastonbury? Why don't they do that, guys? Why don't they just have Glastonbury for free? Why don't the people who bought tickets, why don't they just let people in for free? Why don't those people who paid for tickets, why don't they say, no, we don't want security? You know those people who are you know those people who are in Glastonbury waving the flags? Why are they not trying to pull down the border security in Glastonbury? Why are they not doing that? Is it because they want Glastonbury for themselves because they've paid for it? I don't know. Call me controversial, guys. Listen, it's like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, it's unbelievable. And this brings me on to like one of the things being from the military, like when you're in the military, you genuinely, you know, you treat people with dignity, you treat people with respect. When they start messing up, you know, you treat them correspondingly. Some of the worst human insults I've ever heard are from liberals. Guys, it is from liberals, you know, from liberals. When I used to work for, I've worked for several NGOs in my past, non-government organizations, and one particular NGO in Syria, the women, they were out of control, guys. They were out of control. Like some of the things these girls were saying, it was unbelievable. And I just had to think, wow, these are the people who are perceived to be like the liberals, the do-gooders, we want unity and peace. And guys, listen, the world is bonkers right now. Anyway, let me jump down. Right, guys, there's so many comments. I'm struggling with the comments, guys. I'm struggling with the comments today. John Thistlethwaite, sorry, I always say Tintwistle. John Thistlethwaite, John, I will get this out, ladies and gentlemen. John Thistlethwaite, over on YouTube is saying, after all, they can just come into the country. 8 seems without being checked, just my opinion. So we're getting all these people coming unchecked look, guys, it's fine if you want, it's fine. Come to the United Kingdom. Refugees welcome. Refugees welcome to mine. Listen, guys, and I genuinely believe that genuine refugees should be welcome. Come to the UK. Come to the UK. Whoa, not Glastonbury. No. You'll have to wait outside the gate for Glastonbury. That's for us. Yeah, that's for us paying customers. Oh, hang on a minute. What about the taxpayers? No, yeah, that's different. Different. Yeah, different. Anyway, right, let me jump back to the TikTok comments. Nicholas77, no, Nicholas707 is saying someone on holidays in I forgot how to talk. Nicholas777 is saying someone on holiday in Turkey said locals are moving out. Why would that be? Why would the locals be moving out, Nicola? So I'm going to pin this. So Nicholas777, why are locals moving out from Turkey? I know in Dubai, nobody in Dubai is from, literally, nobody in Dubai is from Dubai. JK Bowling is saying, hi, Sean. Whoa, hang on. Right, let me close. Yes, I'll come on to this, JK Bowling, in a second. I'll come on to this, yes. So right now, guys, there is a ship on fire in Hull Docks. Let me close this window because it is blowing things around a minute, guys. Door, sorry, give me a second. Right, the door's open, the door's closed, but it's open if you're true. Right, if you can understand the me, then I can understand the you. Right, so JK Bowling is saying, Sean, did you get the video I sent about the ship on fire? Again, guys, listen, I'm going to go off the mainstream right now, but from the mainstream, I'm just reading this straight off the mainstream, guys, okay? Hull ship fire, live. City evacuated as stench and smoke from dockyard blaze sweeps. A huge cargo ship in Hull has burst into flames. Excuse me. Right, I'm just going to jump now to Hull Live to see if there's been any updates, guys. Give me a second. Yeah. Live updates, guys. I'm getting these live updates for you right now. No, I don't want to click that. Right, so this is from just over an hour ago, right, guys? So there was 3,500 tons of scrap metal. Listen, guys, I'll have to be clear. I am not an expert on what type of metals burn, but I don't think there's any. I mean, magnesium, yes, I'll go with magnesium. But does that mean that this ship had 3,500 tons of magnesium on it? I don't know. Listen, anything I'm saying now, guys, I'm not an expert on, steel and how steel burns. So I'm just going to read this, guys. I don't know what, I don't know what, I genuinely don't know, guys. All right. And listen, guys, when I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know. This is why I come on the live streams with you, the stuff I do know, I'll give you the answer in real time. I'm not an expert on what metals burn. In my rudimental understanding, the only metals that realistically burn is magnesium. Right. Anyway, let's continue. So the fire involves 3,500 tons of scrap metal. Dominic Pershon, whatever, from Humberside Fire and Rescue told BBC Radio Humberside the incident was likely to be prolonged and continue into the day and night, he said. The vessel is carrying approximately 3,500 tons of scrap metal. That seems a lot. Where's that going? Where is that going? and that's what's involved in the fire. Doesn't make any sense, guys. Doesn't make any sense. Scrap metal, I don't know. Maybe metal does burn. I don't think it does. That's what's involved in the fire within the cargo hold itself. While the bulk of the cargo is scrap metal, it also contains residual materials. Right, okay. He added, the cause of the fire was unknown at this stage, but an investigation would commence once it was extinguished. Yeah, I guess that's all we know at the moment, guys. You know, there's a big ship on fire in Hull, but again, I don't know what. Honestly, guys, like I don't know how much like scrap metal in my head I'm seeing. Like I don't know, in my head I'm seeing like engines and like old like pogo sticks and like chains. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It seems suspicious to me anyway. To me, it seems suspicious, guys. I don't know if it is. You know, I guess time will tell. But wasn't it only a couple of weeks or like last month or maybe the month before when was it like another a ship rammed into another ship around that area? You know, it's just insane. All this crazy stuff happening right now, guys. And don't be afraid, ladies and gentlemen, do not be afraid, but deadly heat dome to sizzle Britain. This is from the Daily Mail, so you guys can't get me done from fake news. This is not from the Daily Mail, published today, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. Deadly heat dome to sizzle Britain. Weather phenomenon set to bring 47 degrees Celsius temperatures to Europe and will bake the UK, triggering a Glastonbury health alert. Can you imagine it now, guys? Like, can you imagine, like, the Glastonbury health alert, where there's like, you know, you've got all these people in Glastonbury that are like, no, make the fence around us so nobody can get in, so we're safe, so we're protected. Well, guess what, sweet cheeks? Pucker up, sweet cheeks. So those fences that keep people out are also going to keep people in. Like, there we go, guys. That's what we're rolling with. 47 degrees. Listen, the hottest that Raven has ever witnessed is 55 degrees Celsius, and that was in Basra in southern Iraq. So listen, well, who's just said that? So JTTJ is just said, love the weather. Look, guys, at 47 degrees in the, let me pin this card. So JTTJ just said, love the weather. Guys, listen, I'm gonna be like, you know, serious now. At 47 degrees, nobody loves that. Not in the United Kingdom. Not in the United Kingdom. We don't have aircon. Our houses are not built to get rid of heat. Our houses are built to keep the heat in. So honestly, guys, like that heat, if we do reach 47 degrees Celsius in the United Kingdom, that's like old nanans, like, that's like shriveling old nanan stuff. But yeah, guys, listen, this, you know, they're warning of a deadly heat dome to strike the United Kingdom. Right, guys, listen, the crux of this video, I am going to keep repeating it, guys, all right? The crux of this video, in fact, you know what, I'm going to play it again. Let me play this again, guys. I'm just going to play it out in its entirety, and then we're going to talk about run, hide, fight, guys, okay? We're going to talk about that, okay? Run, hide, fight. What to do if you find yourself in a scenario where people are using the long things that stuff comes out at the end. You'll understand what I mean in a minute. I'm just going to play this through, guys, in its entirety.
I think that they need to see this, and I think that you deserve to know the truth. I received this video from a human trafficker. That gun appears to be an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. Specifically, I think it...
I have to stop it, guys. I know I said I wasn't going to stop it. So this is Patrick Christie on GB News. He's totally wrong with what he's saying it is. It's not that at all. It's not that, but it doesn't matter. You'll understand why. Remember, guys, okay? This is on the mainstream now. This is mainstream media.
It looks a lot like this gun. It's a Hatsan Escort tactical shotgun.
Hatsan's Turkish.
And if you look as well, it appears on that casing that you'll see behind the weapon there, it appears to have the word escorts written on it. Now, AR-15s are commonly used in American mass shootings. And the Washington Post says that AR-15 fires bullets at such a high velocity, often in a barrage of 30 or even 100 in rapid succession, that it can...
Guys, listen, I have to keep caveating this, right? What he's saying about the thing, he's wrong. He's wrong. I'm not like casting, I'm not like saying he's like, he is wrong. Didactically, he's wrong. But the premise, the tone, the spirit, the direction, that's all fair.
Eviscerate multiple people in seconds. The smuggler's TikTok page shows people coming across in the back of lorries.
Right, guys, listen, I have stopped this here because Nicholas777's just put a comment on here on TikTok, and the comment is, this explains the hotel owners opening packages before new arrivals, and these things apparently have the long things that stuff comes out at the end. Guys, look, I've been sent this so many times. Now, I have to be honest with you guys, right? And I'm always honest with you guys, right? And I've seen the videos of this girl. I think is she Irish? I think she's Irish. I think she's Irish. So there's this girl, she's sat in the car, she's saying like, my friend runs an hotel, and she was told after she'd been forced to take over 14 migrants, she'd been told that she had to open a storeroom, and they brought in heavy military-looking crates. Anyway, when those people went, she opened those boxes, and you know what she found? I've seen that video, guys, right? And I'm not... Let me put it this way, right? Those things that we're talking about, them bringing in, you know, the long things that stuff comes out at the end, just logically, guys, all right? Are we saying that people have the ability to smuggle those in crates, in boxes, you know? Are we saying that people have the ability to smuggle them in crates and in boxes, but they don't have the ability for off-site storage? I mean, you know, like if somebody said that they found, you know, one of these cheapo storage containers that's like 20 quid a week and no questions asked, I'd have more credibility with that. The fact that this is, you know, they're saying it was in a hotel, and there's so many things that can go wrong, guys. So many things that can go wrong. What if she phoned the police? What if somebody stole them? What if the woman took them in themselves? Like, it makes no sense, guys, all right? It's not... I know the video got a lot of traction. I know it got a lot of views. But, you know, I don't... I'm not saying it's not true. What I'm saying is I find the likelihood very, very low, guys, okay? The likelihood of that scenario, very, very low. Very low, guys. I do. You know, I would have found it more realistic if she said, you know, we were told we had to take a load of people. We was cleaning their rooms. We opened one of the lockers and we saw one. That would be more realistic, guys. All right. Be under no illusion. You know, the long ones, as soon as they start going, ba, 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 forget about it with the police, guys. Forget about it. The police ain't going to want to know. Anyway, let me continue, guys. Let me continue. Listen, guys, and, you know, when I say things that are wild and then they happen, and when I debunk a lot of stuff, you know, just, that's what I believe anyway, guys. Right, let me continue with this video, because I do want this video to be the crux of this live stream.
It also shows him bringing people over in boats.
Guys, listen, if you're joining, if you've just joined, I'm playing a video from Patrick Christie. Is it Patrick? Yeah, Patrick Christie on GB News. It is quite a chilling video, guys. The blatancy of some of the things these guys are, the blatancy of this, guys, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that is, for the record, by the way, another lorry, but there are boat clips on his TikTok as well.
TikTok, they're doing this advertising, ladies and gentlemen, on TikTok. On TikTok. Now, for those of you who've been watching this channel, and we'll talk about this later when we switch over to YouTube, but guys, look, I have videos banned. I have videos banned and taken down for mentioning like ridiculous things. And there's this sort of stuff on TikTok just being thrown out there. Like, it just makes you suspicious, doesn't it? It just makes you more suspicious. Like, why advertising people smuggling online is fine, but if you mention certain other keywords, your videos get banned. But anyway, guys, let's continue. There's only a couple of seconds left.
I know that he has been...
By a couple, I mean 35.
...organising crossings from this precise location in the last few days. So I have had confirmation that he is organising boat crossings from that exact location, okay? What is there to stop him bringing that across the channel, that semi-automatic rifle, or arming other illegal migrants with it? Now, we have handed yet...
So there's a question, guys, that Patrick Christie on GB News is saying. What is stopping these people bringing those things over? I don't know. I mean, how much do you think they'd get for that? Like, you know, the long ones. How much money do you think you'd get for that on, like if you sold that into the United Kingdom? I genuinely wouldn't know. I know that system itself's probably like $800 or something, but like, what would be the price of that in the United Kingdom?
Again, all our information and evidence to the authorities. And I'm begging them, please act on it.
See, Patrick Christie's begging people to act on it. Give me £1.6 million and I'll close them all down. That's what it will cost, guys. Those of you guys who are on the channel, I did the maths. We worked it out. It would cost me £1.6 million to close these people down, guys. It would cost £1.6 million to close these people down. And that is it. Right, and that's it. Right, Lulu is saying, Sean, we need you on GB News with Patrick to help him out with the names of weapons. Yeah, look, you know, it's just semantics, all right? It's a long thing. Stuff comes out at the end when you do that. It doesn't really matter what it's called. What it does is the same thing, whether he's calling it an AR, which it was an AR platform, but it was a shotgun. They're using the shotgun because shotgun ammunition is readily available in the United Kingdom. 5.56 is a lot harder to get hold of, or what's it called? 3.3, not 3. Is it 3.3? Not 3.38. Is it 3.08? I can't remember what the other one is. But yeah, that's the reason that that's the reason they're using a shotgun. But anyway, guys. Anyway, right. Let me jump down. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it would cost me, by my calculations, it would cost me 1.6 million to close the gangs down. Sean, in the riots last year, weren't migrants at the hotels with wind? Right, I'm going to just pin this. I'm going to pin this, and I'm going to say that's what I saw. So sorry, guys, on YouTube. I know you can't hear it, but the algorithm on TikTok won't let me say this. So user 729, look at the comment, guys, on TikTok. I will talk about this later on YouTube when we switch over. But user 729, yes, that is what I saw, guys, okay? With my own eyes. Out the windows, in those hotels, that is what I saw. Again, they may have been fake. They may have been fake. They may have just been made of plastic. I don't know. But the people in the hotels, in the windows above, you'll never see any pictures of this because it was really difficult to get pictures of them. You'll never see any pictures of it. But yeah, that is what I saw, guys, with my own eyes. So if I get the video banned for saying what I saw with my own eyes, we are in a very, we are in a pickle. Right, I'm going to jump down again, guys. I'm going to jump down. Right. Jordan Jobby Kerr Jordan Jobby Kerr. I was in the army with a guy called Kerr. Jordan Jobby Kerr is saying the UK is a third world country. It certainly is in some parts. Thursday, Wednesday. We went out for a little drive, and we ended up at Wath Manvers Lake. And it was beautiful, guys. It was absolutely beautiful. I can't tell you how beautiful it was. It was crazy because, like, you've got I don't know, you've got black culture, which would be like, I guess you could ring fence black culture and say things that happen in Notting Hill. That's black culture. All that stuff that happens in Notting Hill, that's like, that's like black culture. You could say Middle Eastern culture, and to be fair, they do lovely, like, honestly, guys, like, Middle Eastern food is fantastic. Like, that would be, their culture, praying 5 times a day, beautiful food, that would be their culture. You're like, what is white culture? I was thinking, like, we ended up at a reservoir the other day, and it was fantastic because, like, people were there and they were swimming in the reservoir. They were getting out of the reservoir, then they were running around the reservoir and swimming again. And I was thinking, this is beautiful. This is just absolutely beautiful. We then drove up to, and again, I don't know if you know the areas or not. I don't know if Debbie Doobs is on. I know Debbie Doobs lives local. But then we drove up through to Sprotborough, and there's a pub there called, I think it's called the Ivanhoe. And there were people, the pub, the Ivanhoe, there's a cricket field behind it, and people were playing cricket And guys, look, for me, that's where I grew up. I love that, guys, okay? Watching people you've never met before play cricket, heckling them while you're at the pub. For me, that's probably where I'll spend my last days. And for me, that's British culture for me, guys. That is it. It doesn't get better than that for me, guys. Call me old fashioned, guys. Call me old fashioned. It doesn't get better than that. And there's a church fair. That we're going to tomorrow. These are the things that I cherish, guys. I cherish these things. And when you get a little bit older, when you get taken there with your mum and dad as a kid, you're like, oh God, this is boring. But like when you get older and you look around, you're like, this is beautiful. This really is beautiful. They've got like a live band and stuff. And I love that, guys. I love that. But anyway, let me jump down. I will be live. Do you know what? I will be live streaming from that tomorrow as well. Right, let me jump down. Right, so many comments jumping up again. Right. James says, even Middle Eastern countries say they'd never take in the very dangerous people coming to the UK. Yeah, I think we're talking about there. Like, for example, if you wave a Palestinian flag in, let me Google this because this is one of the things I got a video taken down. Let me just Google this. Right, so I'm reading this, guys, now. This is from The Guardian, right? Waving a Palestinian... Oh, no, sorry, hang on. No, that's wrong. I'm pretty sure that if people were... guys, listen, I need to be clear before I say this. I need to be clear for say this. Right, hang on. So this is... All right, hang on. Right, so this is from... Right, so this is from Arab News. Oh, She's talking about the UK. I'm pretty sure that if you waved a Palestinian flag in Saudi Arabia, you would get treated differently. I would say if you, if you waved a Palestinian flag in Saudi Arabia, you would get treated differently than you would in the United Kingdom. Jordan Jobby Curtis saying, I won't be going to war for the UK. Joking. Miss T is saying, do you play cricket, Sean? I don't play cricket, but after I've had a few shandies, I'm not shy of throwing a fastball. What's the disturbing news on the UK? Says She Can. Right, so She Can, you've just missed it. Right, guys, listen. She Can. We're talking about the disturbing news in the United Kingdom is an article that Patrick Christie on GB News has just released. He did a video about the things that migrants could potentially be bringing to the United Kingdom. Now, I've spoke about this many times, guys, okay? And I think that there's a lot of these things already in the United Kingdom, guys. I do. I think there's a lot of these things already in the United Kingdom. So I'm not going to play the video again because I played it twice already. JT TJ is saying, do you support any football teams? Absolutely not. I don't, guys. I don't support any football teams. I mean, absolutely fantastic to those football players getting paid whatever they want. But do you know what, guys? Whether they win, lose, draw, however hard those footballers kick it, do you know what? It's not going to help me with my gas bill. Not going to help me with my water bill. Not going to help me with my mortgage. They don't serve me. I don't see any purpose in going to like supporting like a football team. Yeah, of course I'll go and play football and I'll kick it really hard. I will and I won't care where it goes. I'll just kick it really hard. Anyway, let me jump down, guys, and get these comments. Right, Pauline is saying, everyone can feel something big, bad is going to happen for a while now, unless they're, it does feel like that is happening, guys. It does not feel like there's any way out now, guys. And look, I've said plenty of times that we have reached a critical mass in the United Kingdom. It's bonkers. Right, guys, look, I'm going to go through this now, okay? I've gone through this lots of times. I've spoke about this. What we're going to talk about now is if you find yourself in a scenario where people are using the long things, that stuff comes out at the end, all right, guys? So remember this, all right? Run, hide, then fight. So listen, I know I've said this quite a few times, and I will be literally probably saying it word for word exactly the same as I said it before. Do you know why I'm saying it exactly word for word? Because I've given this brief, I've given this speech, I've given this lecture to lots of people, lots of times, in lots of classrooms, in lots of lecture halls, okay? Run, hide, fight. So you're there. Picture it, you're in you're having your dinner, you're in a food court, you're out on the streets. We'll go with the food court, guys, okay? We'll go with the food court because it's easier, it's a good example. So you're there, you're having your dinner, and all of a sudden you hear bang, 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 bang. You hear people scream, you hear people screaming, you see people running, you don't know what's happening. Imagine the scene, you're there with your kids, what do? Run, hide, fight. So run, guys, okay? You need to get out of that location as quick as possible. But what I always say when we talk about run, I always say stop, pause, react, or stop, pause, act. So what I mean by that, and this is the most important thing, guys, okay? Stop what you're doing, pause, all right? Then react, then act, all right? So react or act, interchangeable. So stop what you're doing. So you're eating your dinner, stop eating your dinner. Don't think I've just paid £5 for this burger. Nom, 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 nom. Ain't going to help you, right? So you need to stop. You need to pause, and then you need to assess what's happening, all right? Look what's happening. Look around you. Where are people going? Can you see the bad guys? If you can see them, then guess what? You need to be going the opposite way, even if everybody else is running towards them. Don't get blinkered into sheep mentality. People like to follow the crowd. People love to follow the crowd. There's something that you get taught when you're doing counter T-word stuff. It's called a come on. So in what a come on would be is you have an incident in one location, and then you plan a secondary incident where the most likely route that those people are going to go to, guys, okay? So if you see people like sheep running in one direction, don't follow them. Make your own mind up. So you need to run as fast as you can. You need to put as much distance and angles between that threat as you can. So that's the run bit. Get out of there. Don't worry about leaving stuff behind. Get there. Take the kids. Get as quickly as you can. Get out of there. Hide. It may be a scenario that you can't run. You're in a shop. There's no exits. You're in a classroom. You're in a school. There's no exits. Now, there's two trains of thought when we talk about hiding. First of all, there's the barricade the door up and don't let that person or persons in. And that works. There's the other train of thought, the other school of thought. If you're in a building or if you're in a classroom and you're trying to hide, maybe barricading the door is not the best option. If you can hide, if you're in there on your own and you can hide in a cupboard, in a wardrobe, in like a staff room or something, and leave that door open, that bad guy, as he's walking or she's walking past, they're going to look into that classroom. There's going to be nobody there. It's not realistic that people are going to be like looking in corridors and stuff. They're literally trying to do as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. So that's that, that is the hiding bit, guys. All right. But again, if you're hiding, make sure you've thought about why you're hiding. If there's a group of you, maybe barricading the door is the best thing. If you're on your own with the kids, maybe barricading the door isn't the best solution, because you're going to be trying to, you're going to be there with the kids, you're trying to hold that door, and then once you start barricading that door, they know someone's on the other side of it. And then fight. I'm not going to talk about fight on TikTok, guys, okay? Get yourselves competent jiu-jitsu, judo, kung fu, ninjutsu lessons. Go do that, guys, okay? Krav Maga is really good, which would be, so if you're thinking about taking a self-defense class, guys, all right? Go with like a Krav Maga style or which is an Israeli self-defense, which is Israeli military, or go with like a combat jiu-jitsu, but take those lessons, guys, all right? Do those lessons. There's nothing I can teach you here on like a live stream when it's just a camera and we're one-on-one. But that is it, guys, all right? I just wanted to run through that quickly with you guys. I know I've said that quite a few times, okay? I do know I've said that quite a few times, but I just wanted to throw that out there again, guys, okay? Run, hide, fight in that order, guys, okay? Right, I'm just going to jump up and get a couple more comments, and I'm going to jump over to YouTube. Lulu is saying, run, hide, fight. Yes, it is. The British, if you look at the government advice on this, the government advice, which is wrong, is run, hide, tell. Let me get the government advice, because it's ridiculous, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. I actually got asked if I wanted to teach this, and I said, no, I'm not teaching that. It's ridiculous. Right, so this is from the government's website now. This is from the government's website. It's called, you know what, I don't know if it is the government website. It's from Protect UK. So this is from Protect UK, which is what to do. So this is like, guys, right. What I'm saying now is government advice. I don't care if I get the live stream banned, because it's wrong, all right? It's wrong, all right? So hang on. Sorry, yeah. So this is the government. In fact, there's a little video here. Let's play the video. Shall we play the video? Let me see if there's any ads. I don't think there will be.
While the chances of being caught up in a terrorist incident.
Right, guys. So this is now from the government's website called Protect UK. I'm just gonna play it, but don't any of you don't take notes on this, guys. Listen to me, not these.
Remain rare. It is important to be prepared and know how to protect yourself if the need arises. If you're involved in a terrorist attack, our advice is run, hide, tell.
Listen, guys, I was asked if I wanted to teach this. They said, I work for quite a few people. And they said, Sean, do you want to teach this? I said, not a chance, mate. He said, it's good money. I said, yeah, I'm not teaching waffle, mate. I'm not teaching this. So this is from the government's own advice, guys, okay? So the government's advice is run, hide, tell. Put yourself in that scenario, ladies and gentlemen. Put yourself in that scenario, right? You've run. You're scared, you've run, you're scared. Cognitive dissonance. Oh, I can't believe what's happening. Remember what Sean says, run, hide, fight. Right, you can't run anymore. Right, I'm hiding. Oh no, he's got in the door. He's got through the door. What am I going to do? Oh, tell someone. He's here. No, stop it. It's insane. Ugh. But anyway, we'll go with it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go with it. I've never listened to this video, guys. I don't know what's going to be on this video.
If you can, locate the threat using sight and hearing.
That's fair. That's what I said, stop, pause, act, stop, pause, react.
If there is a safe route, run.
So good. So far, so good, guys. I'll be quite confident with that. Good advice. Remember, this is off the government's website.
Insist others go with you, but don't let their hesitation slow you down. Don't waste time filming videos or collecting belongings.
So, when I used to train, I can't say that, guys. I can't say that. But I wish I could, but I can't say that. Right? Remember, guys, this is government website. This is government advice now. Fair up to now.
Running to safety is your best option. If you can't run, hide. If possible, lock yourself in a room with solid walls. Barricade yourself in and move away from the door. Find cover that can withstand threats such as a knife or a gun attack.
You see, they're only going with that one option, guys. All right, they're only going with that one option, but it doesn't always work, guys. Okay, it doesn't always work. I know they need to keep the video simple, but if you're there, like imagine there's one person. Imagine you're there. Like you're a woman, and for those of you who say, "Oh, what's a woman got to do with it?" Women are generally weaker. They are. It's the fact, guys. All right, it's the fact. I'm not saying all women are weaker than all men. I'm saying in general, men are stronger. Call me old-fashioned. But imagine you're there, you're with the kids, you might be disabled, and you're trying to barricade the door up. It's just not going to work, guys.
You may need to use any hiding place that puts you out of sight of the attacker.
Yeah, I think that's what they're getting to here, guys. Like out of sight, out of sight, because when that person or persons are looking through the doors, they're not going to be like looking under coats and bags and stuff. They're going to be moving fast.
Be very quiet and still.
Maybe now is the time for a selfie.
Silence your phone and turn it off vibrate. Avoid any noise or movement that will attract the attacker. Stay hidden until you are rescued. This may take some time.
I've only just thought of this, guys, now. What if the attackers are shouting police where the police come out? That's a weird one, ain't it? I've never thought of that. I've only just thought of that now.
Call 999 only when you are completely safe to do so. Listen carefully to the operator and give as much information as you can. If it is safe to do so, stop other people going towards the danger. Remember, in the event you are involved in a terrorist attack, run, hide, tell.
It winds me up something chronic, ladies and gentlemen. That winds me up something chronic. And I challenge any. Do you know what? I challenge whoever wrote that to debate me on a live stream. Or if there's any subject matter experts here and they're saying, no, Sean, actually, it's safer to tell people. It's not. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's absurd. Anyway, the real run, hide, fight, guys, all right? That is what I will always teach. Like I said to, I suppose I can say his name, Steve. I said, Steve, look, mate. I said, I'll teach it, but I'll teach run, hide, fight. What I always teach Oh, he's like, Sean, yeah, but I said, I'm not a chance, mate, not a chance. We was actually going to do it in Leeds Armories of all places. I just refused, guys. I refused. I'm not going to teach waffle. Raven, I have taught waffle before, but I try and steer away from waffle. Right, guys. Anyway, listen, let me, Right, there's lots of comments, guys, on there. Lots of comments. Listen, guys, that was the crux of this video, guys. Okay, that was the crux of this video. Patrick Christie did an article. Like Patrick Christie did an article talking about the things that these people are bringing over to the United Kingdom, and it's disturbing, guys. All right, I've speculated that this has been happening before. GB News are doing articles now saying that these things are likely. They're showing pictures. Again, Patrick Christie didn't really do himself. Do you know what? I'm not gonna say he did himself a disservice. He just didn't know, and there's nothing wrong with that. He didn't really understand the what those things were. It doesn't really matter what they are. You know, you get some nerds and like, oh no, that's got a 14-inch barrel, and it's like, oh, shut up, stop it, you're a nerd. What does it do when you pull that? It goes bang and something goes stop. But anyway, guys, so it's just bonkers, guys. You know. Run, hide, tell is the government advice. It's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. You should run, hide, fight. James is saying, oh, just film it on your phone, then write a furious... Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to build on what James is saying here. So James is saying, just film it on your phone and then write a furious message on Facebook. Or... if you want to get the police there real quick, just write something that's a little bit against mass migration and post it on Facebook. You'll have the SWAT teams, like the helicopters. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Oh, thank God you're here. There's a bad guy over there. Oh, no, we don't deal with that. Run away! Run away! Right, let me jump down, guys. Bluebird is saying, we are British, we don't run. Oh, we definitely do. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with running, guys. Look, we can also run towards danger as well as running away from it. Look, guys, run away from danger. Ain't worth getting yourself caught up in this sort of stuff, okay? Run away, don't mess about. Sadie Butterbaddy is saying, is this a government website? So that is from protectuk.policeuk. That's the website it's from, guys. Okay, protectuk.police. I'm assuming it's a police-run website. Protect UK. Right. Let me see what else is on here. Let me see what else is on here. Do you know what? I'll do another video with that, guys. Listen, the time is beating on. You guys have been fantastic. I'm going to jump over to YouTube now, guys. I'm going to jump over to YouTube. We're going to have a little bit more of an adult conversation on YouTube. Remember, the algorithm is kicking me in my face right now, guys, okay? I can't talk about it. We'll talk about that on YouTube. Guys, listen, oh, hang on. Right, I'll always prioritize things like this, guys, okay? Because I know these questions are really relevant for some people. And then Bluebird saying, hold the line. Why isn't, what's that song? Hold the line. Why isn't love isn't always on time? Right, Lammy is saying, what do you think we can expect in regards to government advice for UK preparing for a homeland war? Massively incompetent advice ran by buffoons. That's what I can expect, guys, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because of what happened 2019, 2020, 2021 in the United Kingdom. These preparations will be disseminated down to local council level, and I've said this so many times, guys. Local councils in the United Kingdom are, you know, they've never had real jobs. Right, guys, if you my YouTube name is, the link to my YouTube name is in the bio. It's Real Raven 1. It's the same as it is on here. It's the same as it is on what's the other one, X. It's the same as it is on X, and that is, I guess that's it, guys. UK is America's lapdog. It does seem like there's this diversion is happening at the moment. The government is saying they will do phone alerts again soon. Yeah, but didn't say when. Yeah, these phone alerts, guys, like, does it not concern you that the government can get into your phone and give you a message whether you like it or not? What else do you think they can do to your phones? I don't know. Maybe they can't do anything. Right, guys, listen, I am going to go. Take that as the crux of this live stream. Disturbing warning now, pushed out by GB News, things we've been saying on this channel for quite a while. Also remember, massive floods, massive burst water pipe in Kidderminster. We don't know why, we don't know what's happened, but that is real, guys, okay? Massive fire in Hull Docks. Metal apparently setting on fire. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to turn this TikTok off now, and we are going to be exclusively streaming on YouTube for you fine people who are going to jump over. And for those of you who don't worry, because I may be on tomorrow morning, but I hope to be on tomorrow afternoon live streaming from the church fair. Right, we're going to turn this off now, and I will see you later. This is the world we live in, right? Oh, that is intense, very intense, guys, very intense live stream. Right, my friends just messaged me from Ukraine. Anything? All right, so you just hang on. Right, let me jump and get these comments. April Lizo jumped over. Four posters jumped over the other side. Hattie Joe's jumped over. Carolina Ritchie. Right, let me get some of these comments, guys. Let me get some of the comments. Right, let me jump up. £5 for a burger. I would run with it. Well, yeah, look, guys, look, I know this is a bit odd. We went to where was it? Burger King the other day. Like the price of Burger King has just gone. It's just gone absolutely crackers, guys. All right, the price of Burger King, the price of everything at the moment has just gone absolutely insane. I can't even believe how much like a burger costs now. Like for a Whopper, I think it was almost £7 for a Whopper. Right, thank you everybody that's jumped off. Thank you everyone that's jumped over, guys. Thank you so much. Right, guys, listen. So tomorrow, Armed Forces Day, all right? Armed Forces Day tomorrow. Obviously, there's going to be like, let me turn that off, because while I'm talking about Armed Forces Day, I don't want a £5 burger sign at the bottom. Armed Forces Day tomorrow. There's obviously gonna be like protests planned at these Armed Forces Days. There's also gonna be, remember we saw this in Manchester. So remember when, not Manchester, sorry, Liverpool. So remember in Liverpool, everybody was saying, oh, there's snipers on the roof, there's snipers on the roof. And I was like, oh, I'm not sure if they are snipers, but you know, what we can take from that is that every gathering of people is a likely flashpoint. We are heading towards the summer of carnage. I don't think we've reached the critical mass yet, but I don't know if we're going to see like a mass event in the United Kingdom, because Armed Forces Days will be heavily policed. I'm not going to say it's going to be impossible, because nothing's impossible. But those Armed Forces Day, because they're so obvious, then I'm erring onto the side of I'm not really confident that something will happen on Armed Forces Day, because it does seem that obvious. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, and I'm certainly telling you guys, you know, to be careful. And if you do go to an Armed Forces Day and you're in a big crowd, you know, look at the roads. Is there road access to where you're going? Again, what we've seen is sometimes people drive into crowds, and that's not me being controversial. It literally happens, guys. It happens a lot. You know, if you're in a big crowd, remember, guys, okay, crime, remember those things that you did. Like I say, actually, we're on YouTube. Stabbings, guys, all right? Syringe attacks. These are things that are the new normal now, all right? If you're going with your kids, you know, are you safe in big crowds? Do you really want to let your kids walk off on their own? I don't know, guys. That's a decision you guys are going to have to make for yourselves. Right, let me jump down. Nope, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, Lisa Jane is saying football fans and Tommy Robinson in London tomorrow. So that's where your flashpoint's going to be, guys. That is where your flashpoint's going to be straight away. Look, I've not really given... Hang on, I didn't know about this. Let me just... Right, so I'm just reading this, guys. Right, so listen, guys, oh, that's from last year. Right, so everything, I'm not getting anything. All I'm getting is from last year. I'm getting this from last year. Are we sure this is happening this year? Are we sure this is happening this year? Because I'm getting articles that this happened last year. Yeah, I'm literally not seeing anything on the news about this, guys. Oh, hang on. No, I'm not seeing anything on the news about this, guys. The only thing I'm seeing is the exact same dates, but last year this happened. So maybe maybe that's what we're talking about. I don't know. And hello, Linda Lou. Hello, Linda Lou. Right, and Gazby is saying it's happening tomorrow. Right, okay. Well, if it's happening tomorrow, guys, listen. I need to find something. I need to find it. Right, is this it here? 28th of June, football lads against grooming. 28th of June, football lads against grooming. Meeting point, Russell Square. Yeah, that is definitely a flashpoint. Is it this year, though? Is that this year? Is that this year? Yeah, that's this year. Yeah, that's this year. Okay, well, there you have it, guys. Yeah, I would say that is a massive flashpoint, you know. But when you look at these things, guys, all right, when you look at these things, like I always say, let's just listen to this, guys. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to put a few things together now. Football lads against grooming rape gangs. Like, who's against that? Like, who are the counter protesters for that? Like, you know, when like you get these, whoever they are, and I don't care, but like, whenever you get a protest, you get the counter protest. Like, is it fair to say that those counter protesters are like either for or against whatever you're protesting for? So imagine imagine the scenario now, like I don't even know if I can say the words. Like, you've got these football lads say, like, and they're like, and they've got these placards saying, I'm just going to use the word grooming, all right? I'm not going to use the other thing because I still don't want to get these videos banned. Like, you've got these lads and they're saying, grooming is bad. We don't like grooming. And then what are the other protesters saying? Everybody should be groomed. Grooming is all right. Grooming is all right. You lot are far... Hang on. We don't like the far right. Grooming, it's all right. Like, what are they, like, what are the counter protesters? Are they all for it? Are they like, yeah, we love a bit of grooming? Like, honestly, it's insane. And like, it is literally subversion, guys. Subversion on the highest order. That this thing's let to happen at all. You know, that this thing goes through at all. We really are heading towards absolute carnage in the United Kingdom. The critical mass has already been achieved, but this here. And thank you for putting me onto this, guys, because I genuinely didn't. I genuinely didn't know about this. again, I think because of my career and the people I like, the people I talk to, I think I miss a lot of internal politics and a lot in internal flashpoints, because normally I'm focusing on geopolitical things. But yeah, this here, guys, Saturday, 28th of June. This is an absolute massive flashpoint. I'm probably going to do a video on this. I'm probably going to do a video on this straight after this. But guys, yeah, thank you for putting me onto that. Yeah, so Linda's saying, yeah, like that's what I call them, pro grooming. So anybody, like, who counters a protest that are, again, like, you're there contesting, you don't want grooming gangs, you don't want bad things to happen to little girls. So are the other lot? Are they like pro bad things happening to little girls? And you know, when these people get brandished as far right by the laws of like deduction, does that mean far left are all up for that sort of stuff? It's crackers, guys. Listen, we've already reached the critical mass. The critical mass, it's bonkers. It's already been achieved, and we're, you know, there's no way we're going back, guys. There's no way we're going back now. Again, like earlier on, this morning I woke up. And I was thinking about. It's really weird. This morning I was thinking about, do you know what, I'm going to play it. I don't know if am I allowed to play music, guys? Am I allowed to play music? I don't know. You'll hear me. Hang on, just give me a sec. What is it? Let me find this, because I do think I need to play it in the background while we're talking. Oh, I've done it. And the first thing I've come on YouTube is live Congress hearing on UFOs. Donald Trump's UFO big shocker. Oh, now we're talking about UFOs, and they're just tempting me, and I just need to click that little button. Right, I'm not going to play the song, because I'll end up playing a UFO thing. But this morning I woke up, guys. I woke up, and I don't know why, but I had a dream last night. It wasn't anything like spicy or anything. I had a dream, and I was in... I think the year was about 92 or something, and this very specific thing happened. Like, it wasn't anything major. I'll stop off then and get the story out. So all that was happening in my dream was I was in David Lynn's shop, just a little corner shop. It's not even a corner shop; it's on a straight. I was at David Lynn's shop with my granddad. I must have been about 10, so maybe 92 or something. And I had my pajama bottoms on and a coat. Jeez. And my granddad, he was getting some beers, and he asked me if I wanted anything. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll have a can of pop. So I asked for a can of pop, and he got me 4. He got me 4 cans of Coke. And I remember feeling so special. I'm like, wow, I've got 4 cans of Coke, and I was so happy. And there was no worries. I was there with my granddad. It's sadly passed now. I was there with my granddad. You know, I got 4 cans of Coke. Life was good, you know. I was going back. I was having a barbecue. I was getting like, you know, I had like a chicken leg and some potatoes, some mushrooms, a couple of sausages. Life was good, guys. You know, life was good. I woke up and I kept remembering this song was playing through my head, guys. It was Smashing Pumpkins, Tonight. And honestly, guys, I've been thinking about this all the time. And like, we're not going back to those days. It just ain't happening. Although we would love to go back to those days, it ain't happening, guys, okay? Those days are over. We are where we are. We have what we have. We've just got to make the best of it. Now, I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this down, guys. Bonkers stuff happening tomorrow. I do think the football lads against the gangs, the protest in London is going to be a massive flashpoint. I would say that is where, if there is the likelihood of a spectacular happening, it's going to be there tomorrow, guys, okay? I think I need to do a video on this straight away. But anyway, guys, I'm going to close this. I am going to close this down now. I will be keeping an eye on that tomorrow. I will be monitoring it and see what's happening. And if I see anything, I will obviously keep you guys informed. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Friday. Have a good Armed Forces Day. And enjoy yourself. The summer's here. I don't know how many left we've got.